So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Greatness Engineering Hour show. Today we are coming on a Sunday. It's not our normal day, but we have an incredible guest, and you'll have the opportunity to have a good conversation with her. And we're talking about managing difficult situation, especially in the eve of what's happening with COVID. And my guess it's in India, so they had, the last vague of COVID, and we'll get to know how they're managing, and also get some lessons and tips from her on how she's managing the situation, and how we can use what's happening with COVID, and the problem that we have to have a general strategy on managing difficult situation. So who is my guest? You will have the opportunity to talk to her. She will introduce herself, and what I can tell you is that she's multi-talented, and you will just see how she could navigate from being somebody who is in STEM to a more artistic uh, um, career. So don't go anywhere. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know exactly, just give us your opinion as we go along with the show. Your insight is really important to us, because this show is for you. This show brings you champions, bring you thought leaders who actually help you they share their story, they share their knowledge, they share their experience, for you to use it in your day-to-day life, and get to go to the next level of your greatness. So we're gonna start. Get ready, have your pen, have your paper, because you're gonna, there's gonna be some tips today, and I really want you to write it down, and with the objective to use it later on. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna bring my guest today, and we're gonna have a great conversation, I can tell you. Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show, the show that is brought to you by the Bharatnayam Global Leadership Organization.
Feel is important is if you just look at the word compassion, when it's behavior, it's something that can be learned, and it is something that we can embody through habits and through our daily actions.
Like, what can I do now with this all experiences that that I have? And for me, it's knowing who I am, believing in myself, and trust, and have confidence that yes, this has happened.
To get this idea that if we interject this wisdom intentionally, I call them needle movers. It's the needle mover that's missing.
So welcome to the Greatness Engineering Hour show. Welcome, Kajal. Welcome to Namaste, as you say in English. And it's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure to have you, and I'm really excited to get to know you better, and especially know the strategy that you use when you are challenged, when you have obstacle in your life. But before we get to this point, I just want you to introduce yourself. Let us know who is Kachal, and what do we need to know about you.
Hello everyone, and it's Namaste from India. I'm KAAJAL Chaudhary. And first of all, let me congratulate you all in the Australia for reaching sixth position in the Tokyo Olympics. And my heart, thank you. And my heart goes for all the Indians and global audience who cheered us yesterday for winning the historic gold medal by Neeraj Chopra, creating another history and adding his name forever. And I'm sure every athlete and every participant in the Tokyo Olympics is have been facing a challenging situation. And the triumph we see in the form of medal is the end result. So life gives you a lot of opportunity to learn. And when I see a challenge, now I welcome it. You must be wondering why. Because challenge is an opportunity to upgrade yourself, to level up in life. Otherwise, we would stand where we were. So when we talk about challenges, first of all, we need to understand what a challenge is. As soon as you get familiar with your challenge, make yourself friend with your challenge. And today I'll be unfolding my story from India, how I combat COVID and help my parents, my mom and dad, who both are senior citizens, and they both got infected on the very same day. So I'll give you a very little background, and during the journey, we'll be talking in between what are the steps, what are the takeaways from the story, what are the learnings. So first of all, let me give you a brief introduction to the challenges we faced during COVID. Especially in the second phase, India was struggling with deficiency of oxygen cylinders, supply of medicines, adequate medical aid, advice, because we are huge in numbers, 135 crore of population. So that was the biggest challenge for our country, to safeguard each and every citizen. And of course, we all were doing that in the capacity we were capable of. So when the second phase started, I started volunteering for people who were looking for medicine, some sort of help. So that gave me a little background what is going exactly around the country. So I actually started without introducing myself. So you must be wondering, who is she? What all is she talking about? So let me first give you a very pleasant challenge. And the pleasant challenge is not to smile when I am smiling. I'm sure it's infectious, and that was on a lighter note. So life is not that fair. Life doesn't give you always pleasant challenges. So what I am today is what I have crafted myself out of the challenges I have faced in life. I'm an electronics engineer working in power sector. And by passion, I'm a model, actor, author, and a poetess. I'm also trained in classical dance form like Bharatnayam and Kathak, and a YouTuber as well. So lot of things, but every art, every craft has been a journey of challenges. So taking this COVID story further, So in April, I myself got infected with COVID.
Wow.
So that was the start of my journey. And what all news I can hear all around was trolling, death tolls, and ever increasing number of infected people, ever increasing number of patients in the hospital waiting for their admission, long
Mhm.
queue, and it was getting tougher each day. So the challenge, the primary challenge was to get rid of COVID. And when you are infected yourself, then it is really hard on yourself, because you see, first of all, you are going to this going through the suffering, and at the same time, I I also had the responsibility of keeping the motivation of my parents high, because both are in their old age, and I was the one looking after them. So they were really tensed and worried for me. I can see the worry over their faces, and it was reflecting in their body language. So I told my dad, "Don't worry, your daughter is a big time fighter, and I'm gonna defeat COVID. So you need not to worry." And he was really anxious. I am looking for admission in hospital, the ambulance, the oxygen cylinder, which was getting out of supply with the passage of time. So I told him, "You need not to worry, because I won't let that situation come." So understanding the challenges, what all I can do. So first step is to know the challenge, what COVID is, and what all we need to take care of. And then trying a solution one at a time. And since the COVID has that 14 days of travel time, and with each day, the criticality of the disease increases. If you don't defeat your challenge, if you don't acknowledge your challenge on the very first day, believe me, you have lost the battle. Because with each passing second, the disease is gripping you. So, with the background of information about COVID, I started taking medicine on from the first day, and taking adequate precautions like having steam and gargle every 2 hours. So, second is to brainstorm all the possible solution and list all the solutions. Maybe it's X, Y, Z. I had that mental list, and it was running throughout the day, because I was trying one solution at a time, and then what next I can do. I was not fearful at all, and I was not thinking that COVID is going to take my life away. So, next learning is, you need not to worry and question yourself, why it's me, why this challenge has been thrown upon me. So instead of going to why me and questioning the challenge, welcome the challenge with the possible solution. So my total orientation was towards the solution. So I gradually started uh, 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 to say all the possible solution throughout the day. So because I was running short of time, I had just 14 days. I can't wait if solution one is going to work or not. So whatever possible outcome was, like taking medicine, taking rest, having a positive state of mind, and I started visualizing as if I have already overcome COVID, and I'm shooting for my next movie. I'm shooting my next ad. I'm writing my next book. So that gave me a lot of power. And when I was having sleepless night due to the congestion of COVID, I just shifted my frame of mind towards future. What I would be doing in future. I have to get really well. I have to quickly recover, because a lot of projects and opportunities are waiting for, like this, as we are talking one to one. So that so that automatically made me get rid of all such negative thoughts about challenges. Moving ahead, when I was healing and visualizing my recovery, at the same time, I was also being realistic. You have to be realistic. Where am I with my challenge? What is the situation? So I was taking temperature every 2 hours, monitoring my congestion, and if there is a slightest of difference from the previous reading, what next I have to do? So that I made sure, and gradually I was on the path of recovery. So post recovery, I took extra precaution because I was also worried about my parents. So instead of like that 14 days time, I took another 3-4 days of self quarantine so that I can safeguard my parents. And believe me, despite of all the precautions, after 3 days, both of my parents were infected and they both got up with the same symptoms. And that was the moment when I said to myself, okay, the challenge is challenging me. First of all, that challenge challenged me, and now it has taken a level up. So I have to take myself a way up. But how? So again, I followed the same principle. What are the challenges? The two parents. So I isolated both of them in the separate room. And believe me, in India, the news of death was flooding. And in the recent past, I lost 5 of my relatives. So that trauma, that sadness, that fear of COVID was very much there. And how to get rid of it? So I just simply snatched mobiles of both of my parents because that was an input from where they were getting such news. I switched off my TV and switched on my speakers, where I started playing motivational audios. And during the day, I used to play romantic audios, which my parents can relate to their youth. So there was a shift in their frame of mind from getting flooded to from negative news and that trauma to positivity, creativity. Because when we are in a creative state of mind, our immunity is at the best. And when I was looking after them, I have the responsibility of keeping myself fit. Otherwise, how I'm gonna look after them? And and the challenge was I have just recovered from COVID. So I was utilizing each and every moment to give rest and be that in a positive frame of mind. And not for a single day, I let the thought of getting into some adverse situation. If time permitted me after looking after and taking care of my parents, I immediately switched to volunteering people who are suffering from COVID, people who are looking for medicine from some sort of aid, and that that actually shifted my fear and thought into a state of mind where I was looking for an opportunity to help people. It was like if I am in their shoes, what I would have been doing, because I was also looking for help. So in that way, I built a very strong network. I was aware which hospital had vacancies, which pharmacy has the stock of medicine, and if I used to get some request for medicine, I used to attend to that. So indirectly, I had the entire database. So if God forbid anything goes wrong, I had the first hand information. And then came another challenging situation. My mother's fever went high, and that was the stage when COVID was about to grip her. And as per doctor's advice, it was the time when we have to switch to steroid medicine. And since I was, over the time I was helping people, I had that strong network. So I used the next learning, that is seek help. Whenever we are stuck, we hesitate. We don't, we feel like whom to ask, what to ask. Don't fear and just be open to seek help. And so did I. I seeked help, and believe me, within 15 minutes, I had the medicine in my hands. So, seeking help is very important. We cannot be master at everything. Like Mirel runs superb classes through her Greatness Engineering show. So we come across lot many people and their learning. So every person has something to add to our cup of niche. So we have to seek out if we are not competent enough. So that goes the next learning, that is seeking help. And after that, gradually she was recovering and getting well. And by that time, we had her reports, and of course, she was infected. But there I used uh, uh, my next learning, be smart. Be smart in the sense, I didn't pass on the reports to her. I told her, you are negative and you are COVID free. So that gave her a boost, because I was aware of her mental state, and she has been a chronic patient of rheumatoid arthritis for the past 22 years. So I can relate to her state of mind. If I'm adding something more to it, maybe things would go out of my hand. So at times you have to be tough and smart enough to make your moves to ease in the situation. And believe me, it worked. It worked like a miracle. The next moment she stepped out of her room full of energy. Oh, I am free. I'm COVID negative.
Mm-hmm.
So there again, I have to be smart enough to deal with her. And I told her, see, you are COVID negative, but since we have started the doses of medicine, so we have to complete the course of the medicine. So by that time, doctors have advised you to be in your room and relax for the moment, because maybe it was a normal viral fever, but you have to recover, so that once you are completely normal, you're fit and fine, and COVID cannot attack you anymore. So one has to be very smart, and that smartness doesn't come in a day. See, you have to keep upgrading yourself each and every day. I cannot become a warrior in a day. Be it my mental frame, my physical strength. I have been working out in the past, and so I had that stamina to endure that pain and overcome the crisis. So just keep upgrading yourself, and believe me, if you are defeating yourself, then challenge is just a step ahead, just a step one. So the beauty of life, the victory of life is not in winning long races in a day, but winning daily. That empowers you, that gives you confidence, and that confidence will help you to strive through all the challenging situations in life, because it's just an escalation of the degree of the challenge. So keep winning daily. That is my takeaway from my journey. So I didn't let the 14th day come. I was doing all the possible solutions from day one. So that I don't land up in that situation. And gradually, when I was able to see them recovering, that was adding to my confidence. And this is how I help my parents recover. And once they recover, and then I passed on them that you were actually infected, because uh, I have to be realistic as well. So they themselves became a corona warrior, and they started passing on their learnings in their peers, how they overcome. because that time in India, we were witnessing young people as younger as 26, 30 losing their lives. And over the period, what I studied, and few of them, I know them personally, the common trait was fear of death. Because when we are in a state of fear, our immunity goes down. At cellular level, our cells stop fighting. So, how to reverse it? How to reverse it? That is the main thing we have to understand. So, this was with respect to COVID. And uh, post second phase, we are about to gradually make progression, and
Mm-hmm.
we are taking vaccination and every precaution. But
Mm-hmm.
when I'm sharing all this, uh, we don't know what is going to unfold in the near future. If
Mm-hmm.
you come to a certain situation, or if you come to know you are COVID positive, accept the fact, try all the possible solution what you can do about it, and don't ever panic. It's
Yeah.
just a small virus in front of such a huge human.
Mm-hmm.
So who is bigger, who is more powerful? It is we as human. So that
Yeah.
keep that humanity in yourself alive. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think those challenges are very very important, because and they work for any obstacle, not just for COVID. They work for any challenge. You have to know the challenge. You have to know what you have against you. That's important. So collect the
True.
data, know exactly where you stand, and then try do like you said, try one solution at a time, because you don't know, especially with COVID, we don't know what's working. So you have to
Yes,
try, it's a trial and error thing. And I like the fact that you're saying, don't worry, just do your thing. Don't question
exactly.
yourself. It's happening, but don't even try to understand why it's happening to you or it's not happening to you.
Exactly.
Just think about the positive, which is visualizing that you're going to recover,
Absolutely.
and forget about all the negativity that is around. And that's an important step. And sometimes, like you said, we can't do anything. We need help, so we have to seek this help, that we so that we can move forward, we can get to somewhere else. And we've seen also that when being sick as well, there's a placebo effect as well. And we've seen that with your mom. As soon as you told her that she's not infected, even if she was infected, she was already feeling, well. And
Yeah.
so the mindset is very important. The mindset that we go into it is very important. So I really like this process. It did work for you, but for COVID. But I think that's a process, that's a strategy. Those are strategies that we can use, for anything. So we have some comments here. We have Liliane. Liliane is watching from Switzerland. Hey, Liliane, thank you for
Hi.
coming. And she agreed that visualization is such an amazing tool when accompanied by meditation. Yes,
Absolutely.
it's really important. We have also Mr. Ram is here, Ram Paul, and very nice. And he basically correct me because I had your name wrong. So that's good.
Uh,
Thank you.
he's my dad, actually.
Oh, okay, sorry. So I'm really sorry. I had it
That's
everywhere
okay. That's
good, but
okay.
it's just here. Thank you. So it's important to know your health situation. It's key. So that's what Lilian is saying. But sometimes you can't give too many details, because the
True.
person will start to panic, especially in such a way. And it can be very difficult. And we have just Tina. Hey, Tina, thank you for joining. Tina just joined from South Africa. Thanks for being here. So we're going to take a break, and then we'll continue to talk about how we you've basically used this strategy through, because you use it for COVID, but obviously through your life you had obstacles, you had challenges,
True.
and we really want to know this part of the story as well. So don't go anywhere. We will be back soon after a short break. So
Oh my
we are
God.
back. We are back, and as you can see, she's multi-talented. I always, and that's the question I'm gonna ask you. I don't know how you go from being an electronics engineer to being, a movie star and acting and writing and YouTubing. How do you manage all of this? Give us some strategy, give us some tool, because we need guidance.
First of all, thank you for playing the video. You really made my day. It was so empowering to see.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm,
well, my journey is full of challenges. So,
mhm,
like meeting challenges and moving ahead is how I explored my hidden talents, I must
mhm,
say. When I was growing as a kid, though I had that dream to become a model, but I was never serious about it. It was only after when I graduated, I did my BTech in electronics, and I was doing my job. And one day I was just passing through a hoarding, and that model also had long, lustrous hair. So the idea was to get a good picture so that I can put it in my bedroom. That was the basic idea. And when I met a few of the photographers, and I told them about my wish, so I selected one of the photographer to go for a portfolio shoot. So during the day of the shoot, I encountered a very challenging situation, and that shaken me and molded me what I am today. So during the first shot of my folio, first look was done, and that photographer was talking to some guy over phone, and I just eavesdropped the conversation, and he was like, "This little girl won't ever make to modeling world." And she's just wants some good pictures, so I'll finish the shoot in couple of hours, and I'll catch up with you beer in the evening. So that challenged me, that shook me. Why I can't become a model? Why I can't become an actress? So I told him, see, you are not confident about myself, so I'm not confident whether you'll be doing justice with the pictures you'll be clicking. And uh, and he was like, since you are an engineer full time into your job, so how you gonna manage the timing? So I took it as a challenge. I took it. I took it to my heart, and I said, no matter what, now I will show him that I am a model. I will become a model. So post my office hours, I used to keep all my accessories and my dresses in my office wardrobe and pick them up in the evening, and just on the way I used to do my makeup and be there for the audition. So like and they were about to close, so I just requested them, just give me one chance, one take. So this is how I begged each and every audition. And during the course I learned a lot, because every audition was a learning platform for me. So I utilized that opportunities as a learning platform, and kept improving day by day. I could see what I learned. And going back home, I used to rehearse in front of the camera, and before going to bed, because I believe in one thing: if I'm going to bed, I have to earn my sleep. If I'm the same person who is going to bed, the one who was in the morning, so there is no point. I don't deserve to sleep. So you have to like keep upgrading. So I was getting more into fitness, and improving my acting skill, my posing skill. And gradually I started getting offers. So and those were the people who showed confidence in me. And over the time, it was one of the audition I went, and I, as soon as I stepped in, and all the participants and all my competitors and my friends who were also in the queue waiting for the audition, and they were like, oh my god, are you Kajal? I was like, oh my god, what I have done. So they were like, oh, you are Kajal, we have heard a lot about you. And we went to the same blah blah photographer, and he showed us your portfolio, and he was like, see, this is the girl I shot, and today she is doing wonders. So like uh, I accepted the challenge and
Mm-hmm.
converted it to a victory. So we all are photographers, I believe. We all click a number of images daily. So there is a learning in clicking a picture, the entire journey of a challenge. Suppose you want to capture a subject, that is your goal, your mission in life. And your challenge is to make your subject clutter free, to click the picture. So, what a photographer does, he tries all the possible solution: light from the right, light from the left, making the frame clutter free. What are the solutions? So, he does everything. And to improve the subject, the makeup, what is makeup as a human, adding to our intellectual level, adding to our physical strength. So this is the sort of makeup we have to do every day to achieve our goal, that is our subject. And unless you take action of clicking it, you won't be able to capture the image. Same goes in life. Whatever learning you keep on learning, unless you apply it, you take action, it won't convert into result. And at times we get the perfect subject, our goal, in one go. And at times we keep on clicking, we keep adjusting light, we keep adjusting the makeup, the props, everything. So same goes in life as well. We have to keep aligning ourselves, keep adjusting everything um, to reach our goal, to make our life a perfect picture. And unless you get that perfect picture, keep on trying, one thing at a time. Keep on experimenting. If that doesn't work, let's change the light. Let's change our solution. Let's change our ways. And you must have seen at times when a photographer, if we talk of a professional photographer, he is associated with some assistant photographer. They have a team. So build up your team during the process, and seek help. If you get stuck with something, then the photographer would say, okay, assistant, help me with the reflector to get the better exposure of light. Same goes in life. If you feel you are getting stuck, seek out, go to expert, take their help, and then apply. And it's like you have been married to your goal. Now you cannot divorce unless your last breath, unless you meet your goal. So that has to be your motto of life. Keep that passion alive. And what would make that passion is the visualization. If you keep on visualizing that you are about to get your goal and how you're going to celebrate, what would be the next moment, just feel it, and that will give you a lot of energy to keep going. Because I believe if you're not interested in something, then it's not an easy task. Your challenge is always there to challenge you, but you have to overcome, you have to grow above it. So keep that passion and that fire alive, and with that fire keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And the best part of accepting a challenge is that in the process, no matter when you are going to meet your goal, when you are going to be a winner, but in the process every day you are upgrading yourself, and that upgradation eventually help you to grow and prosper in other areas of life. Like when I was um, posing and doing my audition, and I saw that over the time I have improved my presentation skill as engineer. That was like an added advantage. And since I was an engineer, I was understanding the problem, the situation. That was helping me when I was going to portray a corporate role on the screen. So I was living those moments. So it's like part and parcel of each sphere. You have to keep upgrading at in all the sphere, socially, physically, mentally, emotionally. And life is what it is, sum total of all your sphere. So if you are going to excel and improve in any front, be your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, you're gonna excel in other areas as well. If you talk of a challenging relationship, uh, at times you must have encountered there are tough people, and it's impossible to work with them. And that's entirely different, because situation is, it's not going to reply you back. You have to keep changing your moves. But when it comes to challenging uh, people, people who are a challenge in themselves, it's a really big challenge to work with such people. So there, during my life, what I have learned, I'll be sharing with you. First and foremost, drop all your assumption and preconceived notion about the person. Because what we do, we get some information, we get some feedback about the person, and we are going to behave in some or the other way as the other people were behaving. So just drop all the assumptions and accept that person as your biggest friend, and show your confidence, show your faith in them, and that will empower them, and that will push them to change their ways. I'll let me elaborate this with a very little example. I was directing a play, and there was a guy who was apt in the looks, what I was looking for my character. But as a person, he was really tough man. Nobody wanted to work with him because he won't turn up. He won't own the job. So I straight away went to him and I said, "Look, I am directing this play, and I think you would rock in it." He was like, "Are you sure?" He was surprised because people were running away from him, and I'm telling him that you are going to rock it. So he was like in self doubt. Will I be able to do it? I said, of course you're gonna rock it because you have that look, and I believe you have that spark. You are going to shine. Just believe me, and let's do it. So that was the day one. Day two went, day three, and gradually he started absconding from the rehearsals. So again, a challenging situation. And I just made him a call and I requested him to be and come with the team so that we can present the best show. And he was like, I am going for a shopping with my wife, blah blah, some other excuse. Okay, so next morning I went straight to him. I said, I am really sorry. I had so high faith on you, and it is not your failure, it is my failure, and I can't see myself failing. It is you who can change the things. But how? I am at your mercy to help me out. I don't want to fail. So, can you do something about it? Can you not let me fail? And that triggered him, and that was the day he used to turn up for the rehearsal before time. He was there, he was there, and oh, ma'am, you are there. I am always there for you. I won't let you fail. I am a failure in life, but I won't let you fail. So that I infused that confidence, stopping all the assumptions, and he was actively participating. And after the show, it transformed him. He was not the same person because nobody treated him that with that affection and respect and faith. And we believe me, we all are human. We have to keep that human being within us alive. What happens when we encounter a few problem and challenges? We somehow we that humanity is being gradually ripped out of us, and we disassociate ourselves with the goals and the tasks, believing that we are good for nothing. So what I did, I fueled that humanity into him and gave all the power to him, and he surprised me with his performance. So whenever you are dealing with some sort of person who in itself is a challenge, just drop assumption, give your full heart, and show that confidence and faith. Give them a chance, because we all are blessed to get chance. Some of my directors gave me the chance, and that's why I'm here sitting with you as an actor. So uh, don't be that critical. Just be yourself, and give that power to the person. And it has worked almost all the time, be it my workplace, be it my co-actors who were tough on me. So it's like dropping assumptions and giving away full of your heart and faith. So this is how people change. And when people change, they are more open to accept challenges in life. So, be it a situation like clicking the perfect picture, or be it a challenging person, these are the simple tips you can follow, and just overpower your challenging situation. Thank you.
And I like those example. They're really, they're really good. Simple, simple situation where,
Sure.
leadership, your leadership is important, especially when it comes down to challenges. Like you said, drop the assumption, open up, because if you retract and if you close yourself, it becomes very difficult to address the challenge and
True.
uh, and really continue. So it's important, and I really like you going through the process, and you know instilling this faith in the person. That's just fantastic. So I see that there are some comments here. So Tina, good advice. She was talking about you
Thank
dropping the
you.
assumption, because we make so many assumptions about people. We don't get to know
True.
them. We just judge them based on what we hear and what we think, and we never
True.
actually get the opportunity to talk to people. And Liliane really love, what you've shared so far. So we're gonna have another break, and we will come back for the last part of the show. Don't go anywhere. We will be back soon.
It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus spoke these words thousands of years ago. They are more important today than ever before. It does not matter what happens to you, but how you react to what happens. That is what will determine your destiny. It does not matter what happens to you, but how you process what happens. Your thoughts about what happens. How you choose to feel about what happens. Your reaction to what happens. And the plan of action you make to respond to what happens. Your boss or crappy job or failing business or poor grades cannot be a problem if you know inside yourself that this is not forever. If you know that you will amount to more than this brief moment in time, if you are committed to do the work required to be better and become more than you are now. The heartbreak you are experiencing might be tough, but it will not determine your life unless you allow it to do so. However you see and respond to any and every event in your life determines your destiny. You have to constantly ask yourself, how can I move forward? How can I move past this? How can I be better? What can I learn from this? Failure hits us all. Heartache hits us all. Problems, people we don't want in our life, illness, disappointment. This is all a normal part of being human. What is not normal is taking in all of that and moving forward anyway. What is not normal is being beaten down by life, time after time, and time after time rising up and saying, is that all you got? What is not normal is seeing the problem in your way as a challenge, as an opportunity to show who you are. Who are you? Who are you? If you're like most people, who you have been is a mere shadow of who you should be and who you could be. What has happened in the past, it really doesn't matter. What matters is who you decide to be now. Who are you going to be from this moment forward? Whatever happens, never ever forget these words. It does not matter what happens to you, but how you react to what happens. That is what will determine your destiny. Whatever happens, you can rise above it. You can defeat it. You can be better for having experienced it. You choose. Choose wisely.
So we are back. We are back with KAAJAL, and powerful, isn't it? A very powerful, statement on how we should approach challenges. And I just want to take your what do you think? How do you stand? And you've shared your the processes that you use. What you share some stories as well. So, I mean, we're still in COVID. We're still in COVID. We still have, those challenges. So how do you continue to empower people? How do you continue to have an impact in their life so that they stay positive and they see, those challenges that they are going through more as an opportunity, as it was said in the video, and not a challenge or an obstacle?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. Um, First of all, whatever fragrance we carry is what we are going to spread all around. So if I am confident about overcoming COVID, so that will give a lot of faith and confidence to others who will be hearing this story. So I have, since I'm a YouTuber, I've shared this story on my YouTube channel, how I used every bit of it, every solution, like what I have modified in terms of nutrition, diet, sleep, um, taking that mental state to the highest level. And to all the audience who are listening us right now, I'll give you a very simple and quick tip to boost your energy. Whenever I begin my day, I use these steps. Whenever I'm going to give an audition, I use these steps wherever possible before every meal, so that I need not to wait. Let the challenge come my way. I'm already geared up to take any challenge in life. So, what are those simple steps? I request all the audience to repeat it after me. Just hug yourself and pat yourself and say, I am enlightened. I am love.
I'm loved.
I am peace.
I'm peace.
I am joy. So, I'm enlightened. I am love. I am peace and I am joy. These are the four highest vibrational energy words. So whenever I hug myself and I pat myself with these words, I can see a shift in my energy. Were you able to feel that difference? Because when we pat ourselves, we have been hugging people around us, but we seldom find time to hug ourselves. So that is very empowering and essential to hug yourself each morning, each night, every moment. Whenever I feel time and even if I'm working and I feel there is a drip in my energy, I immediately hug myself and tell to myself, I am enlightened, I am peaceful, I am joy, and I am love. And I can resonate with these energies. So life is all about challenges. No matter whatever you do, challenges are bound to come and encounter you. So, next time, whenever you see a challenge, don't get into that boat of questioning yourself, my Lord, why it is always me? Why this happened to me? Just kiss the challenge, welcome it, and how you gonna welcome the challenge? The solutions. When a guest comes to your home, what you hug them, kiss them, and greet them, and then offer them something or the other. Same happens with the challenges also. If a challenge comes to your life, welcome it, hug it, understand it. When I say hug it, I mean to say understand it, understand the gravity of the challenge, and then brainstorm all the solution. When a guest comes, what we go immediately into the kitchen and okay, let's use some room freshener, let's do some watering, let's offer some coffee, let's offer some drink, let's cook something. So this is how we greet people. So when it comes to greeting challenges, try all the solutions one at a time. Let's try this, let's welcome the challenge with this, with this, and keep on trying. And in the process, you will see you are evolving. Maybe I would be realistic, I would say that at times I have failed, I have also failed, but I have taken the learning, the improvement along with myself, and that has helped me in my in combating some other challenges in life. So it is very essential to keep that learning awake. Maybe you are winner today or tomorrow, but that learning is going to last with your last breath. So that is very essential. See, we are humans. We need to grow in life. A tree grows by spreading its branches, but we humans, what are our branches? Our skills are our branches. The more skillful we are, the more wider would be our canvas, and the wider is our canvas, the wider would be our experiences, and that will empower us, that will give us that confidence, that will infuse us with that energy to face any challenges in life. Today it is COVID, maybe tomorrow it's some other challenging situation. So what we have learned, we have to give priority to our health. We have been running from one country to another, no adequate sleep, no adequate diet, and now we are working from the corners of our home, no traveling, nothing. We are left with what? Just to focus on our health, on our on things which are important in life. We have been given time to our relationships in bits and pieces, but COVID has told us this four wall is our world. So build on your relationship, and the stronger the relationship is, the stronger is your foundation. So life is all about balancing your spheres of life, be it health, be it your family, how socially you are active. I know a friend who is very influential in terms of money, but unfortunately she failed in COVID. She lost very dear one. Why? Because of a very limited social network. She was very confined and happy within her four walls. She never stepped out or make an effort to be with people. And in the process, we were also not aware of her situation. Had she been more lively, more socially active, we would have helped her out, I'm sure. But that taught her the biggest lesson. Of course, that accompanied a loss for which we all are sorry. But it's high time that we take lessons from others' learning, that being socially active is very important. If you wish to get a helping hand, first of all, you have to extend your hand, then only someone would pat on it. So we have to understand it very well, that you have to be very socially active. I'm not saying to, I'm not urging everyone to open an NGO, but in whatever capacity, wherever you are, just extend your helping hand. And believe me, when you are in a state of sharing and caring, no COVID, nothing would hamper you, because that state of mind is very powerful. You are, it's like, it's giver, not taker. And when you are in a giving state, you are a step ahead, because you are giving something to the world, and in return you will get everything multiplied. If you are giving joy to the world, you will receive joy multiplied. If you are giving peace to the world, your care to the world, you will be cared. Automatically you will be cared. And believe me, I have made such a phenomenal network during this COVID phase, because I was reaching out and helping people. And since then they have been constantly in touch with me, and they keep a check on me. Do you need something? Do you need, because they were random people, we didn't even ever met in life. What was the common connect was the COVID. And they were seeker, and some directly, indirectly I helped them out. So that created an everlasting bond. All the bonds are like in life we have like some give and take is there, but when you offer your unconditional love and support to the world, so it's all going to shower back on you, believe me.
Mhm. And that's a good lesson that we need to have, to
True.
tell people right now that giving is actually, it's actually, you're gonna get back more than what you give. Because
True.
we've been in this world where it was about taking, it was about competition, it was about, uh,
Yes,
uh, thinking just about you. But now, like you said, COVID came, and COVID is telling you, no, we are a community. You have to give, you have to expand, we are
exactly.
stronger together. Alone, you're not strong at all. So you need to reach out, you need to give, and then things are going to come back to you strongly. Wow, an amazing conversation today. A lot of wisdom and a lot of inspiration. And I hope, the audience can feel it. I can feel it here. It's been amazing. I've learned so much from you, and I'm definitely gonna, use the strategies and the tools that you've shared today. And unfortunately, we are, at the end of the show. So
Yes.
how do people reach out to you? And is there anything, something, a program that you're running, or any activity that you want to share with us today?
I'm very active on social media. You can connect me on Instagram with the
Mm-hmm,
same name. I'm there, Kajal Chaudhary, and
mm-hmm,
I have my Facebook page where I keep sharing my writings,
mm-hmm,
uh, whatever motivational stuff I write. And in terms of video, I have my YouTube channel.
mm-hmm,
So thanks, Mirel, for sharing. And these
mm-hmm,
are the links where you can connect me
mm-hmm.
on Insta, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm very much there, and of course my email ID. So these are the platforms where you can reach me out anytime, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you all.
Fantastic. And please connect with Kajal. She's really, really an inspiration, and you will not regret. And Lilian, she's saying that she's feeling this energy, and she's saying thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, especially for taking the time on a Sunday to share all this wisdom with us. And we wish you all the best, and we know that you will continue to spread this positivity, and it's just amazing what you're doing. So thank you so much.
Thank
And
you. Even I'm resonating with the same energy right now, because when I was sharing my experience with you all, I was going through and recollecting the journey, and that has
mhm,
again infused the same zeal in me to
mhm,
continue the good work and to
mhm.
continue the sharing and caring. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm really huge fan of yours. You are
Oh,
such a
thank you.
personality, and I have been witnessing your Greatness Engineering show and your classes. Absolutely amazing and inspirational. Like young girls like me goes like on cloud nine to see you, and you're really a role model for all of us. And
Thank you
thank you
so
for
much.
carrying out such great effort. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So you take good care of yourself, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. It's not a lot anymore because we're all in evening here, but
True.
thank you again, and we'll stay in contact anyway. So thank you
All
for all the
same.
listeners. I hope that you've enjoyed the conversation, and I will see you for another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show. Not next week. I think next week is gonna be a break for me, but at another time. So take care, and see you
Namaste.
at some point. Namaste. Thanks.